Hello, my fellow collectors. Whether you're currently collecting or looking to start, allow me to give you some tips to collecting and not going broke in the process. As a Dragon Ball SH Figuarts action figure collector who started in 2015, I learned a lot during my collecting journey. And in this quick video, I want to share with you 5 of those things that helped me not go completely broke. Without beating around the bush, let's begin with the longest one to explain. My first tip is know what you really want to collect, meaning is it a specific toy line or from a specific toy company or a specific brand or just characters. Whatever it is, know what you really want to collect. Because if you collect anything and everything you see that is nice, then you're gonna lose a lot of money and even money that could have went towards what you really want. However, knowing what you really want to collect may not be that easy. There are a lot of things to consider and you may just have to learn what you really want along the way, and that's okay. For example, I myself started collecting various lines of action figures, from Marvel, DC, Ninja Turtles to Power Rangers. I wanted a lot of things, but one day I realized I don't have a lot of money to be collecting everything I value or find interesting, so I made a decision. And that is to know exactly what I want to collect and not just buy everything and anything that I see interesting. And that, my friends, is how I ended up with Dragon Ball SH Figuarts because for one, Dragon Ball was my favorite anime growing up, a favorite memory with my dad was watching the show, and lots of video games that I played as a kid were Dragon Ball. Even though I have a lot of other things I valued and enjoyed, especially when I was young, I knew that if I collect every item that gave me nostalgia, I'll become completely broke fast. However, if you have a lot of disposable money and can afford everything you could possibly want to collect, I appreciate you watching this video, but this is mainly for collectors like me who are on a budget, but I do hope you stick around till the end as I truly appreciate everyone watching. So yes, knowing what you want to collect can help you spend less on just everything and more on what you want the most. Collecting tip number 2, forget FOMO. FOMO means fear of missing out, which means just because something is new and out, you go and buy it. Or just because someone else wants it, you would want it too. Well, my friends, this is a trap for us who are on a budget. So avoid FOMO, especially if you find a figure unappealing or won't go well alongside your collection. Don't do it, don't get it. Remember that your wants on your collection does not need to be based off of other collectors' wants. That brings me to my collecting tip number 3, which is don't collect to impress anyone but yourself. You are your collection's biggest fan because you know your collection better than anyone. As a matter of fact, your collection is your vision of happiness through physical things. So your collection must impress you first, and other people can be impressed afterwards or not impressed at all. And that is okay as long as you know that it impresses you. That's what matters, and that leads me to my next collecting tip number 4, which is collecting is not a race, meaning collect at your own pace or budget's pace. You must understand that sometimes your budget will stop you from getting what you want, or that it will take longer to own some figures than others, and that is okay, whether it's because of your budget or even the availability of the figure itself. It's okay. And sometimes waiting for a sale or a deal can be a good thing, but proper assessment and research should be done on specific figures because waiting to buy can also mean you might have to pay more for it later on. That's why we said earlier that it's important to know what you want, because that also falls onto whether you should buy now, wait, or don't buy it at all. So yes, there are cases where waiting is not a bad thing. For example, my good friend and I recently talked about the Elder Guru SH Figuarts that cost more than $300 plus US plus taxes and fees. We both agreed that when a figure is that expensive, there's not a need to rush in pre-ordering it. Similar to the Porunga Dende figure that was also more than $300 at the time it was announced. After it was released, it was in stock everywhere to the point that a few months later, it went down in price. It was on sale because not a lot of people were buying it. So having said that, big expensive figures like that are beneficial to be purchased on a later date, and it's beneficial for your wallet. Moving on to number 5, my last collection tip in this video is Avoid being a completionist. You want to not go broke? Then consider the fact that you won't have to own everything released for that line of figures you collect. For example, I personally believe that some figures in the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line are not worth my money, like the 1.0 with outdated molds, such as Cell and Ultimate Gohan, to name a couple. Even though Bandai haven't released an updated versions of them, I'm happy to wait. Or if one day a third-party company produces them and makes them look really good, then I might just get it from them. There you have it. I hope I somewhat helped you realize some things in your action figure collecting journey that could potentially help you not go completely broke. Now I'd like to hear your advice. Do you have any collecting tips to avoid going broke? Or would you rather just not collect at all? Thank you for watching my video. I hope you all have a blessed day.